Hey, hey, hey. How are you doing? How are you doing? Hello again, and welcome to another Wednesday night of KBBU Behind the Scenes. First of all, my name is Michelle Green, and I am the founder of Kingdom Builders Business University. I am so excited to be here tonight because every Wednesday at 9:30, what we do is bring you tips from the perspective of entrepreneurship. We bring you tips about business. We bring you tips about all things business because at KBBU, we are a one-stop shop, just like Walmart. We have it in the business industry. Everything that we cover is from the rooter to the tutor, as they say in the country, in the South. Hey, on the pig, the rooter to the tutor is everything in between, at the top, at the bottom, in the middle, all around. So that's what we do here at KBBU. We are a business university. So anything that you can think of, from business setup, from trademarks, copyrights, contract agreements, licensing, from establishing your articles, forming your business, deciding on your business plan, from proposals to getting a business bank account, establishing a business credit, getting your business funded with a grant or a loan, in addition to establishing payroll, HR, CRMs, setting up a coaching business, setting up a business school yourself, or any type of coaching program where you want to have a system where people come and listen to you as you teach. And in addition to all of that, we have marketing, media, and sales in our university where we teach you how to handle rejection, how to communicate, how to deal with the territory that you are in as a business owner, and what kind of clients you need to attract. So there isn't anything that we don't cover at Kingdom Builders Business University. So if you are an entrepreneur and you're trying to do business alone, you're trying to do business by yourself, it's not necessary. Go right now to www.kbbullc. You see that right down below the screen. Go to kbbullc.com. Get into our next associate's or bachelor's certification program. That's right. We have three opportunities for you. Three opportunities to be either a associate certified entrepreneur as a KBBU alumni, or you can be a bachelor certified entrepreneur, or you can even be a VIP. Can you say VIP? Can you say VIP? A VIP alumni. You can have your VIP master certification at KBBU. That's right. That's next level now. We don't be playing no games in there. This is not for the children. This is for the adults, the mature entrepreneur. So when we get into that, we talk about all things business on every level, on every tier. So associates, bachelor's, or master certification is what we do here at KBBU. So make sure that you are subscribed. Make sure you go to the website and make sure that you are connecting and collaborating with us so we can help you with not just KBBU behind the scenes where you get business tips and strategies, but also get into the school so you can get the meat and potatoes. And the reason why we created KBBU behind the scenes originally was because every Wednesday in our bachelor certification program, we have a 7:30 to 9 p.m. bachelor's class. And in that bachelor's class, we train entrepreneurs in depth, in detail, and we just had free training. That's right. If you are a KBBU alumni, make sure you don't miss the last 2 weeks of this month's free KBBU training, because this is a once in a lifetime opportunity where God has told me to give away the bank. I'm talking about give the foundation so that you can have a business structure in a way that you will position yourself for the wealth that's coming. That's right, the wealth, the blessings, the abundance. All of that is already here. And if you ain't heard by now, then you need to know we're in a whole different time. We're in a whole different era. And that is a era of abundance, of the dreams actually coming true. So make sure that you're in our associates or bachelor certification classes. That's available for new people coming to KBBU. But if you are a KBBU alumni, you can get into the free training only for the month of September every Wednesday from 7:30 to 9. And like I was saying, every Wednesday from 7:30 to 9 is our regular classes for the bachelor's certification. That's where entrepreneurs from all over the world come in and they are collaborating together while they learn the system of the KBBU curriculum. And I'm trying to tell you, we talk about everything. There isn't anything that we don't cover. So make sure that you're in the next class that's coming up October 22nd. You can pre-register right now. And guess what? It's less than $2,000. You ain't gonna find that nowhere else. I'm trying to tell you, the stuff that we give you is worth over $50,000. I'm trying to tell you, if we break down every single intricate detail of what we offer, it is worth well more than what you are paying for. But anywho, I'm here tonight so I can give you some tips. So just make sure that you're connected with us. Listen, we are powered by the CTR Media Network. That is our media and marketing sales coach. Listen, that's our media and marketing coach, not sales coach. That is our media and marketing coach here at the KBBU school, university for the undergraduate. She has her own media business and she is teaching and helping to grow the students in the university through her business, marketing and media. So if you haven't heard of CTR Media Network, go look her up. Go look her up because you will want to connect and collaborate because part of what I'm going to be talking about tonight has something to do with her. And then I just want to share a little secret, if you haven't heard about the secret yet, at the end of the show. So let's get into the show tonight. Now, normally I have my KBBU coaches here with me that are sharing in the conversation of what we have to talk about every Wednesday. But tonight I'm going to go at it all by myself. No, I'm not by myself. I got Holy Spirit with me. But anyway, we're going to be talking about the cash flow crisis. Why profitable businesses still go broke. What is the difference between a business owner that has a profit versus a revenue? Do we even understand the difference between the two? I don't really think that we understand. So let's just first of all think about it from this aspect. You are a business owner. You came up with an idea. You have something that you have to offer to people that is a solution to their problems. But are you actually offering that solution to people? And let's just say that you are. So you have a business, you are making some money, you have some clientele, the people are paying you for a particular product or service. And what our mindset usually engages in is the same mindset that we have when we are a employee on a job. So when we think about our jobs and when we get money from our jobs, what we tend to do is look at our paychecks on a regular basis. We go to the paycheck stub. We look at how many hours we put in and we look at how much money are we going to make for that week or for that 2-week period of time. As entrepreneurs, it really doesn't change much when we become a business owner. So we look at how many different clients paid us for the day, for the hour, for the week, for the month. And we tend to get caught up into just that information, the same way an employee gets caught up in their paycheck. But what I'm here to do tonight is to break the mindset of just focusing on your cash flow as a crisis mentality. Listen, your cash flow is not the problem. The cash flow is not the crisis that you should be focused on. It is the problem of understanding the difference between what is revenue and what is a profit. What is a revenue? Revenue is all the money that you have earned. So everything that you have earned minus minus nothing, minus nothing. That is the money that you have that's coming in. So, what are all of the forms of income that you have received as a business owner? Can we sit down for a moment and begin to just think about every client that pays, regardless of the different packages that we have, that we offer for our products or services? What are all of the currency, the exchange, the money that we handle as it comes into our bank accounts? And hopefully you have a business bank account established for your company. If you don't, you need to go to www.kbbullc.com right now so that you can get into the private strategy sessions and get your associate certification to know better than to be putting your money in a personal bank account. Okay, let me just go ahead and slap my own wrist for you that are out there handling your business but putting your money in a personal bank account for your company. That is a definite no-no. Okay, so number one, let's get a business bank account. Let's calculate all of the money that is coming into that bank account. So this is the money that your business brings in. This is what we call your top of the line. This is every sale, every incremental detail of every penny that you have coming into your business, okay? So when we think about revenue, I don't want you to ever again be confused about your revenue versus your profit. So we got the money that's coming in from every sale, but then we want to look at what is the expenses that we have to pay out in order to get to a profit. Let's think about that for a moment. So when we talk about a expense, what are all of the things that you have to take out of your business and pay for? So do you have any contract agreements that you have to pay for? Do you have any licenses that you have to keep up with every year or every 2 years? Do you have to pay a particular amount of taxes for your business? Do you pay from the federal level, the state level, the unemployment tax insurance? What are you paying for? And then we look at just the systems that it takes for your company to be established. What are you kicking out every single day, every single week, every single month in order for your business to stay in operation? So let's think about that for a minute. What are all of these expenses that we have to take care of? Do you have to pay for the lights to stay on in the building? Do you have to pay for a phone system? Do you have to pay for a website? Do you have to pay for an email? Do you have to pay for a system to put all of your services into in order for them to process your packages? Do you have a merchant provider? Do you have a bank account that's charging you a fee to keep it open as a business? Those are the kinds of things that we fail to look at and why we end up in a crisis with our money as a business owner, because we only look at things from the perspective of the same way an employee looks at a paycheck. Oh, I made this amount of money. But what are the things that need to be deducted from the money once you get it? Listen, too many times we engage in the mindset of, I'm going to spend the money before I receive the money. That is the wrong concept. That's the wrong mindset for a business owner. You are not in business to spend every penny. You are not in business to look at all of the things that you got to pay for before you even get your cash. Your mentality as a business owner should be that you are multiplying the money before it hits your pocket. So how can you reinvest your money? How can you allow your money to multiply? That is the problem that we have as business owners, because we're so focused on, I made this many sales, I had these many clients, so that means I got this much money. And now let me look at all of the things I got to pay for and not look at the things that you need to reinvest. invest. You got to reinvest your money and multiply that money so that it will grow and compound and your business can continue to grow. Your business can continue to expand. Your business can continue to get funded because if you don't make money, then you're not going to have anybody fund your business. Okay? So let's look at it. What are actual profits versus revenue? Revenue is just the money that you made, all of your clientels and everything that they paid. But then on the flip side, take away the expenses. So take a look at every detail of what you are kicking out as an entrepreneur. So many times I have these private strategy sessions and the entrepreneurs have no clue of where their money is going. It's the same way as in the personal realm of credit and finances, where people don't have any idea of any apps that they are paying for on their phone, how they don't really keep up with how much money they are kicking out for different things that they are not used to paying for every single month. So just because you don't pay for something as a business owner every 30 days does not mean that you shouldn't be counting that expense. You need to have a sheet, a form, or something that even if you write it down on a piece of notebook paper and you're keeping up with it, a spreadsheet, something that is going to show proof of every single expense that you have. That way you can then begin to see, are you in a profit status or are you in a loss status? Oh my goodness. I'm trying to tell you today, this is a major problem as to the reason why our businesses cannot flourish. We cannot flourish as a business owner because we don't have no profits. So let me give you an example. Let's do a wake up call for a moment. If your revenue is $5,000 and your expenses are $3,500, your profit is only $1,500. So technically, even though you say that you made $5,000 in business, you really did not make $5,000. You only made $1,500. So most of us as business owners are making less money if we go full time as a business owner than what we did when we were working a full time job. So like Tabitha Brown said, I heard her say recently, some of y'all need to go back to work. Some of y'all need to go back and get a job. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the job, but you need to understand how important it is for you to not exclude your expenses and just look at your revenue. Your revenue is not your profit. That's why we have to deal with our taxes as a profit and loss statement as a business owner. Your profit and loss statement is a list of all the money that came in minus the expenses to determine if you are a profitable business owner or not. And when it comes to lenders and grantors and people who want to fund your organization, they don't want to fund a broke business. They don't want to fund a business that's always in a deficit, that's always at a loss, that always have so many expenses that they don't have the ability to be able to keep up with having an employee or having employees or having independent contractors or having the ability to show that they are growing and not just saying that they have revenue, but they have an actual profit. They are multiplying the money that they have and they are growing as a business owner and they're increasing in the business arena. See, most of the time, the reason why we are in this deficit, we are at this loss, is because we simply ignore all of the responsibilities of our expenses. And we ignore those responsibilities until we get to a point where we can't even do anything else but just be in a begging state of being because we have allowed those expenses to be ignored for so freaking long that now we're in a crisis mode and we don't know how to get ourselves out of a bind as a business owner because we don't have the clientele that we used to have because some of us aren't really doing the things that we were supposed to do for our clients to get the solution of the problem that we said we were going to solve. So therefore, we don't have the money. We aren't making as much money, but even if we are making the money, we still fail to look at the truth of our expenses. We still fail to look at all of the details of how much gas we're using. How many systems do we have in place? Oh, we got Canva and we got all of these merchant providers that we set up that are taking fees from our money every time we process a payment. Oh, we have the CRMs, we have the payroll system, we have the HR system, we have everything that we are not really paying attention to. We are not really focused on the expense. We are focused on, okay, well, what can I get as a business owner to make my business better? What kind of system can I implement in my business now to make my business grow? And we're focused on the stuff that are the liabilities, that are the losses, that are the expenses, instead of looking at how to multiply the profit from what we made. Our revenue is not our profit. Every time we mislook at our funds, every time we misconstrue our money by going out to eat, by taking other people out to eat, by deciding that we're going to add another system so that we ain't even using the systems that we already got in place, but so that we can feel like we're doing something as a business owner, or we can try to prove online that we're paying for all of these different products and services that they offer us in a commercial that we see on social media. And we assume that this is the right way to go. Why? Because we saw somebody else have it. We thought that it was going to bring us more money. But in the real bottom line of it all, as a business owner, you really only need a few products in order for your business to successfully operate. This is what we call scaling your business, scaling your company. How do you scale your company? You scale your company by looking at those expenses. You look at the things that you are paying out. You look at the money that's coming in, that's your revenue, and you start looking at things that you can eliminate so that you are not taking a business loss. Let me tell you something. In the business arena, the reason why some people really don't fund you as a business owner is simply because you really ain't making the kind of money you think you're making. When you show or report that you got all of these expenses and you're thinking from a perspective on your taxes that, oh, I don't really need to show that I made that much money because I don't want to pay any taxes. You know, a lot of us are also still in that employee mindset, even if we are a full-time entrepreneur, to the degree that we want a refund check when it's income tax time. Well, if you're a business owner and you don't make a minimum of $50,000 a year as a profit, okay, let me repeat that one more time. As a profit. Let me say it for the people in the back. As a profit. If you don't make at least $50,000 as a profit, after you have paid all your expenses and all of the sales have come in as revenue, then you're not really considered to be someone that a business lender or grantor wants to conduct business with, because that's not saying that you are doing business the right way. If you ain't making no money, then how come a lender or grantor would want to fund you? Doesn't make any sense now, does it? It doesn't make any sense because, listen, it doesn't make any sense, okay? That you think that you can still go by I'm going to pay less taxes. I'm going to put myself in a lower tax bracket so I don't have to pay the IRS. I don't have to pay the state. I don't have to deal with all of these extra fees. And you think in your mind that you're doing yourself a favor when you're actually putting your business as a deficit. You are putting your business in a lower tax bracket, but at the same time showing that your business makes no profit at all. You are showing that the lenders and grantors should not do business with you because you're not growing, you're not multiplying your money. So the problem with the profitable business is not necessarily all about your revenue. It is the reason why you're going broke is because you have the wrong mindset. You're thinking about this profit that's really not a profit, it's revenue. And you don't actually keep the money, and that's why you can't reinvest the money. You gotta multiply your money. You gotta find places and where you're gonna allow that money to grow. You're not just looking at things to buy. You're not just looking at things to necessarily invest in that are not assets for your company. An asset is something that's going to be more valuable when you buy it than when you bought it. If you bought a mortgage or you purchased a building and at the time it was $100,000, then when you buy the building, it should have more value as an asset. So now it should be worth later on, even a year down the road, it should be worth like $250,000, $300,000, $500,000. See, that's the kind of language that you're supposed to be talking about as a business owner. Ain't nobody talking about no 50,000 or 25 or $10,000. You're a business owner now. You have to change the way that you think. So how can you gain a profit? How can you take the money that you actually earn as a business owner and flip that money into multiplied money? How can you flip that money that you have made as a profit and allow that money to multiply? It can only be done when you are honest with yourself. And when you go through and begin to really scale your business by looking at all of your expenses, by looking at all of the money that is coming in, be realistic with yourself. Stop counting invoices that are not paid. Stop counting clients that say that they're going to pay you that have not paid you. Stop counting that as revenue because it's not cash. It's not money in your pocket. So it's not something that you can calculate. Okay? So when we look at this cash flow, one of the other reasons why we don't multiply is because we don't have any marketing. We don't have a business where we are constantly allowing people to see us as business owners so that they can buy our products or services, so that even the lenders or grantors can see us so that they will know what it is that we do and they will want to fund our businesses. How many times do we see business owners out here that don't have websites or have a website, but the website ain't working? How many times have you gone to somebody's website and the website ain't work? Or the website is down? Or they just have a landing page and they have no other advertisement. They're not on social media. They're not in the news feeds. They're not on TV. They are not even on radio. They're not in magazines. They don't have any books or anything to offer. When we talk about a business having cash flow, when we talk about a business having a profit, you have to engage or invest into these kinds of things that are going to give you a multiplication return on your profit. You can't just decide that, oh, well, I just made a small profit, so that's the best that I can do. No, you got to get a mindset outside of what is the bare minimum. Stop thinking as a business owner that all your profits can be the best that you did yesterday. That's the only thing that you can do to bring in money from yesterday. No, you can reinvest that money that is a profit, and you can turn that into multiplied cash so that your profits can increase, so that you actually do earn that $50,000 a year or $100,000 a year as a profit, which means that your revenue would have to be at least 3 to 10 times more than what your profit is. Your revenue is the largest number, but your expenses are going to always wipe out the revenue. So you got to get into a mindset of understanding. Don't focus on the revenue. Focus on your profit. Therefore, your business can multiply when you engage those profits into assets that will then multiply the profit that you have put the money into. Do not engage in things that will cost you a deficit, things that you know you're not using. So I challenge you tonight, I challenge you today to start looking at how to remove things that you know you don't need. As a business owner, look at your expenses. Look at the things that you are paying for every single month, every single 3 months, every quarter, every semester, every 6 months. Things that you're paying for every 9 months. Things that you're paying for every year. Things that you are paying for every 24 months. Things that you're paying for every 5 years. I want you to look at things that you even pay for every single day. And I want you to ask yourself, is this something that I'm really using? Is this something that is going to bring me a profit? Is it an asset or is it a loss? Is it a liability? Be real with yourself. I know that many times the only reason why we aren't where we need to be as business owners is simply because we are fooling ourselves with these lies. We are fooling ourselves by believing that we don't need to market, that we don't need to advertise, that we don't need to put anything in place that's going to bring us an increase to invest and multiply our companies. So let's change that tonight. Let's change that today. And if you need help with that, guess what? We are right here. You see down below www.kbbullc.com. Make sure that you get into our associate certification. Stop playing around with your business before somebody comes along and shuts your business down because you don't really have a true company. You don't have a real company that's making any profits. So the laws, the regulations, the rules, the people that regulate businesses could come along and say, hey, we don't need you. You ain't bringing nothing to the community. You're not bringing anything to your state. You're not bringing anything to your nation. So let's go ahead and shut you down. Is that what you want to happen? Is that what you want to happen to your business? I want you to rethink about all of the reasons why you went in business in the first place. And I want you to really sit down and think about, are you visible? Are you for real about your profits? Are you fooling yourself with revenue? Let's think about that tonight and get into one of the KBBU certification programs right now tonight. Go ahead and call us at tomorrow at 855-522-8552. Email us at info@kbbullc.com or go to our website and contact us by clicking the Let's Talk button. And before we go tonight, I just want to invite you, if you like what you heard tonight, if this was beneficial to you, first I want you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button.